Hi, I'm Chandler. Today we're identifying and defining the types of financial risks including inflation, deflation, and recession. A currency's usefulness is based on what it can buy, or its purchasing power. The more a currency can buy, the more useful and valuable it is. When prices rise, or when things cost more, purchasing power decreases. The currency buys less and its value decreases. When the value of a currency decreases, an economy has inflation. Its currency has less value because it is less useful. That is, less can be bought with it and prices are rising. Therefore, it takes more units of currency to buy the same amount of goods. On the other hand, when the value of currency increases, an economy has deflation. That means prices are falling and the currency is worth more and buys more. For example, say you can buy 5 video games for $20. Each game is worth $4, or each dollar buys 1/4 of a game. When we have inflation, the prices, including the price of video games, rise. A year later, you want to buy games, but now your $20 only buys 2 games. Each one costs $10, or each dollar only buys 1/10 of a game. Rising prices have eroded the purchasing power of your dollars. If there's deflation, prices fall. So maybe a year later, you could buy 10 video games for the same $20. Each game costs only $2, and each dollar buys half a game. The same amount of currency buys more games, and its purchasing power has increased, as has its usefulness and its value. Inflation is most commonly measured by the Consumer Price Index, or the CPI. The CPI is a measure of inflation or deflation based on the national average of prices for a basket of common goods and services purchased by the average consumer. It is an acceptable way of tracking rising or falling price levels, which indicates inflation or deflation. A recession is a significant decline in activity across the economy lasting longer than a few months. It is visible in industrial production, employment, real income, and wholesale retail trade. A technical indicator of a recession is 2 consecutive quarters of negative economic growth as measured by the country's gross domestic product. Recession is a normal, although unpleasant part of the business cycle. However, one-time crisis events can often trigger the onset of a recession. The global recession of 2007 through 2009 brought a great amount of attention to the risky investment strategies used by large financial institutions, along with the global nature of the financial system. As a result of the widespread global recession, the economies of virtually all the world's developed and developing nations suffered significant setbacks. Numerous government policies were implemented to help prevent a similar future financial crisis as a result. Typically, a recession lasts from 6 to 18 months, and interest rates usually fall during these months to stimulate the economy. It is human nature to assume that things will stay the same, but financial planning must include the assumption that over a lifetime you will encounter and endure economic cycles. You should try to anticipate the risks of an economic downturn and the possible loss of wage, income, and/or investment income. At the same time, you should not assume or rely on the windfalls of an economic expansion.